This station is Tottenham Court Road. Change here the Central Line and the Elizabeth Line. This is a Northern Line train terminating at Edgware. Change here for southbound Northern Line service via Bank from platform 6, Victoria Line and National Rail services. This station is Camden Town, Edgware branch. Change here for all stations to High Barnet and Mill Hill East from platform 3. This is a Northern Line train terminating at Edgware. The next station is Hampstead. Upon arrival, the last set of doors will not open. Customers in the last carriage, please move towards the front doors to leave the train. Is Hampstead. This is a Northern Line train terminating at Edgware.
We're out of the tunnels. There's the tunnel entrance. And oh my god, it's such a bright day in spring. But there's Colindale Green Depot. A large train depot.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
There's the depot. It's very historic. Some of that chimney or something. And the station can also be used to terminate trains here. As you can tell by, there's so many tracks here. And it also has Spanish solution boarding, but I don't think it's ever used here. That's self-winding clock from New York. And we're above ground for the last remaining bit to Edgware. Apart from the tunnel between Hendon and Colindale.
This is a Northern Line train terminating at Edgware.
And I'll explain the reason why I'm heading to Colindale. And after you leave Colindale Green, the line goes on a bridge raised above the town here. And then we actually dive in a trench to pass under this time, underneath the streets of this exact same town. Man, it's a nice day. And here is where we dive in a trench, in a small trench, and we pass under the streets. It's not a tunnel though. And then we approach Brent Cross. And this was actually part of the Hampstead Tube back in the 20s.
The next station is Brent Cross.
In the distance you can see the famous Wembley Arch, which is of course Wembley Stadium. And also and you can't see it from here, but there's that new development. This represents Brent Cross West, a brand new station that opened in December last year. Here's Brent Cross Station. The next stop is Hendon Central, then it's Colindale. And we passed over a motorway, and actually a few weeks ago there was an accident here by some sort of truck. Oh no, I can't remember exactly what happened, but I did see it on the news a few weeks ago. Here's Hendon Central. Lights at Colindale for the RAF Museum. Ooh, I didn't know that existed. And after Hendon Central, we dive into this tunnel. And this tunnel actually passes under the Midland Main Line as well as the M1. And then we come out of this tunnel. The Midland Main Line is up there as well as the M1. You got new developments here. And then we approach Colindale. And I'll explain why I'm here. Sorry, I have a bit of an itchy throat today, but it's not a big deal.
The next station is Colindale.
Okay, here we are at Colindale. Welcome to Colindale.
is Colindale. This is a Northern Line train by Charing Cross, Paddington, and Colindale. Colindale. This is a Northern Line train terminating at Edgware.
So I'm here at Colindale, a station on the Edgware branch of the Northern Line between Hendon Central and Burnt Oak. And the reason why I'm here is because lately you've probably been experiencing a lot of Northern Line closures lately this year. And that's actually intentional, because the reason why is because Colindale is getting a massive upgrade that will completely transform the station from some old grimy 20s architecture into something well suited for the 21st century. So I'll be heading up to street level and I'll show you what I mean. And by the way, the station is located in a trench, and it does have a turnback siding to the north of the station in case if some trains have to terminate here. And I'll fast forward to me walking up the ticket hall. Yeah, so the platforms are positioned under the road bridge. It's very unusual for a tube station located at ground level, really below street level. Here's the map.
Northern Line, the train now approaching is to Kennington via Charing Cross. Please stand back from the platform edge.
Here are the line maps with the 2 central branches and the 2 southern branches, as well as 3 northern branches. 7 branches. And there's already the Northern Line service for Kennington via Charing Cross. Man, graffiti. Why is that this?
Northern Line, the train now approaching is to Edgware. Please stand back from the platform edge.
And you can already see some foundation work taking place for the new station. Here we've got an Edgware train. next train coming. Man, it's like a tight frequency. Well, it's because this is a metro line, it's very tight. Turn up and go service. And all trains on the northbound platform are for Edgware via Burnt Oak. Alright, I'm heading upstairs to the ticket hall, and you can still see architecture from when it first opened in the 1920s. And you can see a chessboard, which you can see one at Brent Cross and probably Edgware. Near the station. This is the ticket hall. With ticket machines on the left, and across the road, you can also alight here for the Royal Air Force Museum.
Alright, baby, lean back, please.
Across the road here, this is a pedestrian crossing, so like usually the cars only have priority to cross. So here is the station building of Colindale. It's the left part of it has been demolished for the new station, and I'll explain what is actually happening to it. Yeah, the left half of the station building has been demolished, sadly. And above are new apartments and shops, or high-rise development as I call it. And construction is already starting to take place for the new station. And I'll explain about it now. So, Colindale Station first opened in 1924 when the Hampstead Tube was extended up to Edgware, and the original station building was designed by Stanley Heaps, and it looked very similar to the one at Edgware and even the one at Brent Cross, but it was destroyed by a bomb during the Blitz of World War II, and the station building was replaced by a timber entrance that was located to the right somewhere where my finger is pointing. And during the 1960s, or when the 1960s came around, that timber entrance was demolished and the station was completely modified for car travel and residential capacity. So this was actually the case for most tube stations that were so compact, even if they were served by the Victoria line. And Colindale was actually no exception to this. So an apartment was placed on top, and the station had a very tiny entrance located on the base of that building. But this looked absolutely horrendous to the local area. And I'll wait for this bus to pass for Winchmill Hill. And this building was actually, no, that building was actually the longest lasting of all of the station buildings here. But so when the 2000s rolled in, the station building was starting to age improperly, and the area around the station was actually starting to change. So the flats on top were demolished, and the flats I'm actually talking about, by the way, are not these ones, but one that was actually perched on top and was made out of bricks. So those flats were demolished by around 2013, and the station section of that apartment was actually still standing, but its facade was only modified in 2015 to give us the current station building. And yeah, that is a total of 4 rebuilds that Colindale has had during its lifespan. But as you can tell, the left half of the station has been demolished, and so during 2021, a plan was actually approved for the station to be fully rebuilt with a whole new ticket hall. So I'm quite a bit sad by this. So like the original 1920 suites, like the chessboard on the floor there, could actually be gone as part of the project, sadly. And I'll put up an artist impression of what the new station building would look like. So it would be like this, made out of wood, and look very similar to the one at Abbey Wood, and will possibly be moved above the track. I'll just wait for this bus to pass. And it will be moved above the tracks where this wall is and where the pedestrian crossing is, and this is to allow for better access and to allow for this area here to be converted into residential area, and it would have a brand new ticket hall. And so the reason why this overhaul is taking place is because of what's around you. You got modern transit-oriented developments around the area with new high-rises, new shops, supermarkets, etc. It's already changing, and so a new station for Colindale is a necessity for the area. So actually most tube stations had like only 1 or 2 designs of any station building, but Colindale has had more designs than any other tube station, and which I find pretty interesting. And going off topic slightly, you got it's quite funny, a Simpsons artwork on this wall, and if I can peek over this wall, you can actually somewhat see the station down below. Yeah, and funding for the new station has been secured, and construction will start this year. And construction is actually already starting, by the way. And Colindale Station, the existing one, will close permanently by June of this year. And the new station will open by December. So you don't have to wait that long. Here you can get another view of the station, but you have to peek above. I don't think you can. But anyway, I'll be heading back into the station to get my train. I'll actually be heading up north, not south. And first, let me turn right and actually show you the blueprints for this. You can see more TODs here. And here's the new station. So, just pause the video and resume once you've finished. Here's what it'll look like. It's so grand. And as I said, it looks similar to the one at Abbey Wood. And I'll head back into the station now. Yeah. I'm really gonna miss the chessboard here. Someone's having trouble with their back. There's the turnback siding north of the station. And walk down. So I'm pretty sure this is like a spot for a new lift when the station gets reopened. It's a train for Morden. And when the new station opens, I'll definitely be visiting it. Anyway, here's my train. Well, I'll take the next one actually.
This station is Colindale. This is a Northern Line train terminating at Edgware.
Okay, here's my train which I'll take to Edgware. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all next time.
Northern Line train terminating at Edgware.
Alright, I'll see you all next time.